Hey, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine, and I am excited to be here this morning live with you. For tea and techniques this morning, I am going to do an easy project, and I'm doing it because the designer series paper is on sale for about another week, but I'm going to show you how to make a mini treat bag, gift bag, out of designer series paper. So for this project, you are going to need 12 by 12 paper. But once you learn how quick and simple this is, you'll be able to make it over and over and over for any occasion. You know, a little baby shower or baby gift. You could put like a little gift card and a little pair of socks. You can make it with Christmas paper and, you know, put money or scratch tickets or gift cards. So quick and simple project this morning. I'm actually getting ready for our team meeting that's later today. So I was actually looking for a stamp that said "for you." So I actually grabbed my friends or like seashells. You could obviously, if you're going to make it birthday, you could put a little birthday or it's your day. We've got lots of stamps that say that. So actually I'm just going to jump right in. Hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks for tuning in. Another rainy Sunday here in Massachusetts. So yesterday was beautiful though. So at least we got one nice day. And since we have team meeting today, I'm kind of making this kind of like my craft day. I yesterday got caught up on one swap and got that out in the mail yesterday, but I'm in another swap, so I'll probably be working on those before I go to team meeting. And I'm excited because we're doing a hybrid today, so the local people I get to see in person, and then the people that are out of state, far away, will be online, so that should be interesting. Okay, I'm going to point the camera down at my station, and I'm sorry there's so much glare in the background. I'll have to try to fix that for next time, but like I said, it's really cloudy and rainy. So, all right, I'm pointing the camera down, and I'm just going to find myself in my feed. I'm using the Sweet Symmetry paper. And this paper, I mean, I got it when it first came out, I will admit, but it didn't really speak to me as much. And let me show you. It's actually part of a suite. I probably should have showed you before I pointed the camera down. Sorry about that, but I'm hoping I can find myself. Here I come. I'm a little bit delayed in my but on pages 112 to 113 in the annual catalog, there's a whole suite of products called Sweet Symmetry. So the designer series paper comes from that suite of products. I'm only using the designer paper. Like I said, I picked the Friends or like Seashells stamp set just because it said "for you." I was almost going to put like a little shell or something like that, but with the flowers, I was like, it doesn't really go with it. So I do these designer series paper sheets for my customers so they can see just a sampling of the papers. So like these two go together, these two go together front and back. So these are all the fun patterns in the Sweet Symmetry designer paper. So like I said, they're a little wild and busy. But if you use kind of like a little bit, and for this one for the gift bag, I focused on the kind of calypso coral with the flowers for this one. So I kind of made calypso coral kind of like my focal color. And just added, this is so simple, I just added a couple embellishments. So I'm actually going to use a different paper from the suite of products from the designer series paper pack to make the one I'm going to make with you here live. So let's jump in. And last month when I did a creative retreat with some people, we actually made a giant gift bag with this paper. So two 12 by 12s. So if you don't know how to do that and actually you'd want to find out, I could do a future video on making like a large version, but today we're going to stick with the small version. So let me get my bearings here. So you start with actually a piece of 12 by 12 that is 12 by 6. So, and what I love about this is like there's such a tiny bit of waste. I'm going to end up cutting off one little tab, but The hardest part is when you go to cut your paper, okay? I actually want this to be the front, this design with the florals to be the front of my bag. And at the top, I'm gonna actually have the bumblebee folded down. So when I cut my paper, I wanna make sure my design is facing up. This is the front of the bag. So if you use kind of like a design like polka dots, which I love, you won't have an issue. But if you use something like flowers or trees or something, and the design is going up, you know, upwards, you want to make sure that this is the front when you start scoring. And I'm just going to flip over. It's so much easier to see on the bumblebee side on this one. So when you start to score, you are going to score on the long side at 4 1/4, 5 3/4, 10 and 11 1/2. And I'm going to put these measurements below, so don't worry about memorizing them. And then you're going to score on the short side at 1 1/2 and 5 1/4. Uh-oh, something just happened with my live, but I think I'm still here. Okay, so the 1 1/2 and 5 1/4. Something is going on with my internet. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm going to go run and plug myself into my router and my modem, so I'm going to be back in like 2 minutes. Okay, I hope that might be better. I've been having issues. I work at home still full time, and I've been having issues on like rainy and cloudy days where on my Zoom I am not fully connected. So I think hopefully I'm still here and still live. Janine, if you could give me like a thumbs up if I'm still live, but I'm just gonna keep going. So on the 5 1/4 and 1 1/2, this is the bottom and this is the top. So you might have to just make sure when you're scoring on the short side that, again, the 1 1/2 is, for you guys, it's gonna be like this because I'm backwards. So the 1 1/2 is the top that I'm gonna fold down. And then the 5 1/4 is what is gonna be the bottom of the bag. So I hope that makes sense. So I actually started, but the first thing you want to do is kind of fold on all the score lines. And I find this paper, it's easier to just do on the bumblebee side since I could see where the score marks are. And then I want the bumblebee down at the top. So I'm just gonna put adhesive across this little top tab. I'm good still, thank you so much. It's always good when I have somebody watching live. I've been trying to coerce my husband into at least signing on and watching me live, but he can't always be here totally live on Sunday mornings. So, okay, so I got my bumblebee side down. And for the bottom, I'm gonna flip over again. I'm sorry with all the flipping over, but there's this little tiny tab over here, and I'm actually gonna cut that off with my paper snips. So that's the only waste on this whole entire project. So I'm just going to snip that right off. And then while I'm here with my paper snips, and I'm sorry it's gonna be backwards for you guys, but I'm just gonna, on these little tabs at the bottom, I'm just cutting on the score line up to the first score mark. You could whip up like a whole bunch of these in like an hour. And then I'm just gonna kind of fold. Okay, and this is where it gets fun because this is gonna be my tab that's gonna attach these things together. So I wanna give that a good score. I hope you're catching all of this. But what I wanna do is while it's flat, the designer paper, I'm just gonna fold it over like this. And I'm gonna put adhesive on this little tab right here, all the way to the top. Whoops, I just got my adhesive right in it. And then if you line these up, they should line up perfectly. So it's great to do this part while it's nice and flat. And now you can kind of sort of pop it open, give it a little bend and fold. Since we cut all of our tabs, these little tabs are going to go down, and then these are going to make the bottom. So you can kind of decide if you like it better one way or the other. I'm just going to go for it. I'm trying to do this quick to save time on the video. And then I kind of like stand it up and put my hands in it to make sure, and I'm sorry, I'm shaking the table a little bit, so to make sure I have a good adhere there. You could also use tear and tape. I'm just using liquid glue because I like the liquid glue multi-purpose, because you have a minute or two to kind of like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute to kind of wiggle it to get it to where you want it. So let's bring this back up. I'm just going to give it a pinch. So I have this little seam here, so I'm going to call that the back and this the front. And see how I paid attention to my design in the beginning, so my flowers are all going upright. It looks so pretty. And I'm just going to do my stamping. I usually do stamping at the end, but well, you know what? Let's just finish making the bag and then we'll do the stamping. I'm all over the place today, so I'm going to take a sip of tea. We've been enjoying the summer, so I hope you guys have been enjoying the summer as well. So I'm actually going to pinch the tops, and I'll show you my little trick. I am using a retired Stampin' Up! Hole punch, but I'm just going to kind of like eyeball where I want it. Because I'm pinching and holding them both, I'll be able to get my holes in both sides. Okay? So let's just double check that before I do the other side. So I've got my hole there and then my hole on the other side. So hopefully you guys like that tip. And again, I'm just gonna eyeball it. If you want to measure with a pencil and that makes you happy, go for it. Okay, so I pinch and then I'm able to get my holes in both sides at one time. And my little bag stands up really cute. So like a gift card holder, a gift card will fit inside. There's a ton of room actually. You could actually put some candy. It's, you know, I should grab my ruler. Let me grab my ruler really quick. I don't know, I should have known what the finished size is. So it's about 4 inches across, about 4 1/4. So, and I'm assuming it's like 3 3/4 high, tall. So there you go. And now I can do my handles. So if you don't want to do handles, you obviously don't need to put the holes in there. But I thought it would be cute to add handles, and I picked the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo. So this pack actually has 3 ribbons in the pack. So I'm using the white and then the twine that actually has like some Misty Moonlight, I believe it is, in it. So one tip when you need to weave your ribbon through is just cut your ribbon at an angle on both sides. It makes it a lot easier to kind of feed it through when you're doing this type of stuff, like feeding it through a little hole, and then you can just kind of pick the, wow, still a little bit difficult, but you kind of get the idea. So I am just going to do both sides and then tie in a little knot on the inside. So you can actually cut off a little if they bother you, if they're too long, or I did 11 inches on these, so I have something to hang on to tie my knots. If you don't want to do the holes and do ribbon, I don't think we have any like clips that are clothespins that are current right now, but if you have some that are retired, I mean, feel free to use those. So 11 inches and then 11 inches on the other side. So I'm just going to repeat. How am I doing for time? Okay, I'm doing well for time, so I'll just keep this on the video. I was going to say, you kind of just saw me do it, so it's not rocket science here. So I was gonna say earlier, I hope you're enjoying the summer. We've been going out. We've seen 3 live music shows like in the past week. So it's been super fun to get back out there and see people, see live music. Live music is not dead in Massachusetts. Well, actually, one of the shows we went all the way to New York. So on the New York-Connecticut border. So okay. So again, I have a seam here, so I'm gonna call that the back and this the front. So now, since the bag is all set, I'm just gonna do a quick stamping on a tag and show you the embellishment and get this out of the way because you don't want to see all that. So one of my new favorite dies is the Tailor Made Tag Dies. So I just brought over my Pierce mat here, and this tag is basic white cardstock, and it's 2 by 3.5. So what I did is I then chopped it on my trimmer at 1.5 to make the tag shorter. So I thought you guys would like that little tip. I'm just gonna come over with my Calypso Coral, and my For You is from Friends Are Like Seashells. And I'm just gonna do a quick Calypso Coral. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna throw that away. And I'll just add the little sequins. I picked the Artistry Blooms sequins. Oh, I got stuff falling all over the place. Because those come in Calypso Coral. So I'm just gonna throw one of those on while I'm here. At the bottom corner. And then I did the twine that came in the same pack, Flowers for Every Season. And I'm just gonna thread this through. It's an 8-inch piece. Oh, it actually has silver in it too. I didn't even notice earlier. I was making this morning, probably before caffeine kicked in. So that's why I'm having my second one now. So I'll take another sip. I have 1 hot and 1 iced now every day, chai latte. So, okay, so let's get this guy on here. And you could totally embellish this to your heart's content. I just wanted to show you a quick, simple way to add a little tag and alter the Tailor Made Tags Dies. So you're gonna see me using those a bunch over the next couple weeks. I kind of float into like what's my favorite die set, but I should say if you have the mini, I actually cut the tag on the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So there you go, there's my little tag on there with the bow. And let's bring in my original sample. So I kept them both Calypso Coral for the stamping and the embellishment. And this one's probably more Flirty Flamingo, but so I could have done Flirty Flamingo, but I'll show you, this one looks a little bit better since it's all tone on tone. This one, the colors might be a little bit off. You could also, I could have done the stamping and the embellishment with the Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy. That would have been pretty with this one as well. So those are a couple ideas for you. And I want to close out with some announcements. And wow, I have to clean my table. There's like some dirt here and some adhesive that's glued on here. So what's going on over, oh, actually before I do that, this is one of my announcements, but I'm just gonna skip to this right now because this week my friend Carrie earned herself 4 tokens for my summer promotion. So Carrie S is going into the bucket 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So this is super fun. Summer promotion is going until August 31st. So there is plenty of time, and I'm getting close to 20. So once I hit 20, I'm gonna pull, and I might pull for a couple embellishments. I'll see what I have in my stash right now. So this is super fun. If you come to one of my events or you place an online order over $30, or if you send me a referral through August 31st, you are going into the bucket. And Labor Day weekend, when I do my live, I'm gonna pull 3 winners. And it's gonna be gold, silver, bronze. So it's going to be a $75 gift certificate for gold, $50 for silver, and $25 for bronze. So I'm giving away $150 of product in September. So it'll be great. You could use it for Halloween, Christmas, fall products. And those products are starting in about a week. So next week I am going to transition my Sundays. I'm still going to do like tea and techniques. And I'm sorry, today's technique of just like making the gift bag isn't like the greatest and most wildest technique, but I really loved this. And like I said, last month at a retreat, we made like the giant gift bag. So I had been wanting to make like a mini version. So you can kind of see a little bit the size difference. So let's see, August. I am going to transition on Sundays to focus on celebration products, but I'm still going to try to work in techniques with the celebration products. So I used to do Celebration Sunday before I jumped into tea and techniques. So it'll still be techniques featuring celebration products. My July host code, if you want to take advantage of the Designer Series paper sale that goes through August 2nd, there's about a week left for that. Again, there's 9 papers on sale for 15% off, and one of them is the Sweet Symmetry that I used today. And I'll put the link below with my July host code and where to shop. If you do shop by July 31st, I am going to send you 4 make and take projects from my Christmas in July stamp camp. I did the summer promotion for Carrie. August 3rd starts the summer celebration or summer fall celebration. It is going to be August and September. And the new fall winter mini catalog. And while I did mention that I have a team meeting today, I just did also want to put in a plug for if you join my team during celebration, there will be a starter kit special. So if you want to see the catalogs, or if you're local to me and you want to pick up catalogs, send me a message or a text and I can put them outside for you to pick up. I will be mailing my customers catalogs this week, so you can take a peek at it. And then I'm going to be doing an online BOGO on August 12th through August 15th on Facebook. I'm going to have a separate Facebook group for online BOGO. So I'm going to actually bring the camera back up. I think that's it for today, unless anybody has any questions for me while I am on here live. And thanks for hanging in there. I had a couple little hiccups there, so thanks so much for tuning in. The project, all the measurements will be below, but if you want to see some of my other projects and my events, I did not mention, but I am going to be doing a Halloween stamp camp in August. Oh, and I did not mention, but I'm out of jury duty this week. So I had 3 weeks of on-call jury duty. I was relieved this past week. I did not have to report. I have it starting tomorrow. I was supposed to be on call. I'm relieved of the 2nd week. So it's working. Whatever the universe is sending to the courts, I don't have to report this week at all. So this week I'm going to start working on my Halloween stamp camp. And I hope next week will be August 1st when I'm live here, so I hope to at least give you a sneak peek of some of the projects. And I think with that, I'm going to officially sign off. Send me a message or a text if you want some more information on joining during celebration, or if you want to pick up copies of the catalogs since I have them local. Have a great week, everybody.